So how do we solve the issue of clickbait? We start by using the Potter box, or as we like to call it, the Potter Vox. Our dilemma stems from the ideas of publishers trying to make attractive headlines. We get that companies need new ways to appeal to audiences, but where does it cross the line? First, let's take our values into consideration. Accuracy is always required, which goes in hand with truth. Not only should these factors be in the story, but also in the headline. Giving a false impression or overemphasizing headlines can ruin our third value, reputation. If news outlets focus too much on making flashy headlines that hype up a story, audience members will eventually catch on. They'll lose interest and use more reliable news outlets to get their news. Finally, traffic. You want to make sure a lot of people are coming through, but for the right reason. The ethical foundation we would like to use is Aristotle's golden mean. This means that news outlets use morality to not tug emotions or compel a person. By doing this, even when Vox wants to use flashy headlines, they'll use rational thinking to appeal to the truth and not the emotions of the audience. This will allow for less inaccuracies and more positive feedback as an ethical news outlet. The loyalties which are at play here are first and foremost the audience. Everything lies in the audience. An audience allows a reporter to know if the story is good or not, based on comments or even if the people read it. The next loyalty is self. If the story is false or the headline is not even true, or it is too much, then you are not only letting yourself down, but also the publication. If the story is wrong or untrue, then it affects the reputation of the publication to where they will start losing readers. The last loyalty is to the sources. It is the job of the reporter to get the story of the source out, and if it ends up being mistaken or written wrong, then the trust of that source will go away, as well as potential stories from them or other sources. So how do we stop all these potential bad mistakes from happening? It is simple. Be truthful. Even if Fox wants to use flashy headlines, they need to make sure that it doesn't compromise the article's accuracy or audience's expectations. To prevent that from happening, you can specifically train editors to identify breaches of headlines. If something is wrong, they can fix it quickly and allow it to still be successful. The editors need to follow guidelines that the company holds as a standard. It even should be posted around the newsroom for writers and hung up so people cannot forget it. By doing all of this, our solution will prevent Fox from entering the gray area where their headlines can be faulty.